I'm hearing children calling out and screaming. I'm hearing children calling out. Now it's stopped. This guy here, I think, has been set up. There's all videos in here, laptop, things like that. Yeah. Obviously a psychic. I know this guy's being set up for child, you know, and he's not. There's a lot of people that are being set up here. They've pulled all the people that they want to set up into this area, to do this. Today, I saw a woman, a man had arrived here. I don't know what's been happening, in this house, but this, I don't know. And it's super quiet now, whereas the past few months has been like, almost like the sound of road trains and underground tunnels and doors slamming shut and chains and, you know, children screaming, their parents screaming. And now it's dead silent again. I don't know why there's been building work done there. That's always something that's possibly just a decoy. And I don't know what's going on in here. I don't know if they've been set up as well, because all the cars have thick dust all over them, almost like yeah, nuclear style. It's, the whole neighborhood is like a ghost town, until the screaming and everything starts. And yeah, my videos aren't even getting seen at this point, so I don't know what's going to go down, but I'm assuming, because I can't find anywhere to live, and I'm going to be stuck here, that I'm going to kind of be set up for this in some way. And you know, this is neither here, like, nor there to me. The pain and torture has been, you know, you can't make someone suffer any more than this, and all these parents and kids, you just can't. So it is what it is, and I'm still going to expose this right up until the end. So screaming. Can you hear people screaming? That house there has been a hive of activity since I I've been here with the lights at the top and flashing lights and things. I cannot even tell you that I can't tell you the disgusting feeling of being in this. No one gets to shoot videos from hell. That just doesn't happen. And they knew that, so I'm still going to do it. I'm half a person. I'm still here. All these people. Come in. So they're still trying to hide the fact that they breached they opened a portal in my bedroom when I was 13 after discovering, I was a dancer and looking into my energy. Basically opened a portal in my 13-year-old bedroom. And my dad, his consciousness was taken. So that's all I know about that. I just sat there for a minute there, just like, thinking about that and talking to him, I guess. Because this is stuff I didn't even realise at the time. Until that memory came flooding back and I'm hearing my dad screaming. I'm going through it all, So that's what I'm doing now is, my psi abilities are just, basically all I'm doing is trying to put together pieces of this puzzle. And trying to speak up about this. The second that I put that post up today on Facebook about the whole area here at Blakeview, which is happening, this is what's happening. They had underground tunnels set up, and they've been luring all the people here that they want to. They've raped their bank accounts. There's a lot worse than that. And I just don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do except for keep. They're using people in the Super Soldier program as well. To do all sorts of stuff. They just told me before that I'm not even on, the planet anymore. That I'm actually up on a satellite on my own, surrounded by AI intelligence. Like, this is, This is what they just told me. So they continue, like, every day, every year, to try and get something out of me, but there's just nothing left. Like, I don't. Well, now we're here, at this level, but, yeah, that's initially what's kept this whole thing going, and, the fact that everybody was listening to this, stupid Muttface, radio thing, and now that person has become so rich that, let's just say, pedophile islands are a thing of the past now. So yeah, although I'm putting all this up and it's information and it is heavy, you know, I'm still trying to remain clear while I'm speaking, and yeah, staying centered, yeah, just got that knowing, you know, which I always did anyway since this began. I just knew, like, everything you do is, you know, being watched at a higher level, and so, you know, I am at peace, and that really is not something they liked. They didn't really like the way I felt about myself either, the strength that I had. The fact that I just had, you know, this knowing that they won't be getting away with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not how this works. And I know that. I've always known that, and that's why it's kept me, you know, going for the past 9 years, is that knowing. What's really even more interesting is this is the most important part of the video, like, that I wanted to say. Like, I was just thinking this is the most important part, because I don't even know where I am or if there's people in this position, and for me to be not acknowledging them, that would be causing me pain, you know what I mean? And that thought has crossed my mind, that there's maybe people, you know, either connected to my consciousness or in this vicinity, whatever, that need that. And as soon as I start to try and, like, relay that or even think that, this thing is on me, you know, trying to make me stumble on my words or feel fear. No one should ever feel fear, particularly not in, you know, these kind of situations. Not at the end, definitely not. Never leave in fear. They've done this on purpose, because by messing with our hearts, it makes it more difficult. I'm not going to say it just makes it more difficult, but, you know, nothing we can't get past, and it's not about going into your heart or anything like that, and I don't even think it matters if someone's energetically messed with your heart either. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Your intention is what it is. You set your intention. Because that's how anything works, really. And obviously can't go into my heart now because somebody has that energetically. And probably a lot of others too now. Because people get greedy. People get very greedy. And the longer that things go, the greedier they get. And the more they get, the greedier they get. So yeah, I had wanted to just record some of this psychological stuff and get this down. How I've gotten, I guess, this far, I don't know. That's not even a thing. How I can keep it, how I've managed to keep it at bay, you know, for so long, because it's intense, and they knew that. They knew that I was an anomaly. They even said that. They said, no one has made it, like, no one can do this. And they lured people in. I've sat in suicide mode for probably 4 years. And when I say that, I mean, just keep breathing. A mental space that is very hard, okay? I've managed to keep that at bay for a long time. And people can. You can. You just need to find center. You know, remember who you are, stay focused. Remember the skin you're in. You know, I try and keep, like, looking at myself in the mirror, or I'm just, like, touching my knee or my leg or something, and just, you know, bringing myself back to where I need to be. And just dismissing it immediately, because it will come in with thoughts, you know, or try and pull you in a direction, and yeah, I just dismiss it and place something else there to shift me off that immediately, you know, just the pushing and pulling of emotions is the worst thing. Like when I said I was just sitting talking to my dad, and you know, I started to get emotional, and of course it pushes you, like, and then a voice will say, see how fake she's being. That's probably the most difficult thing, is having someone push you or pull you back, you know. But I'm just like, well, you know, that's not you. So yeah, I'm not jumping from one foot to another to please them, because that's what they do all day. Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Now you've done this to somebody. Oh, if she does this, that's going to happen. So you're just jumping from one foot to another. You don't even know where the fuck you are, because they're telling you that you've just, you know, placed something wrong on a table and you've hurt someone. Like, so at some point I had to let go of that. But at night, when they're pulling me out of my body and I don't even know where I'm going, because there's a female when I'm going back in who is speaking for me, who has absolutely no authority to do so. And did not have any consent to do that at all. Yeah, and I think I'll also add that if, you know, because these people are stupid, if they thought there was any kind of false consent, there wasn't either. So any kind of false consent is all null and void too. I started keeping Jelly in now because there's something weird going on in the neighborhood with the cats. They're talking about all this universal water stuff, and weirdly enough, Jelly has been not actually doing anything in the house, but doing weird things. Yeah, lifting her tail, just like laying while she's laying down, which she doesn't normally. She curls it around, like just weird stuff. And I've seen other neighborhood cats too. I'm not sure if I'm asleep when they're awake or I'm awake when they're asleep, but I think everybody here is in a similar position to me. But I'm not seeing them, but I'm hearing. Yeah, the hardest thing is that they've plugged my heart. That is probably the hardest part of this. Because the only thing I really kind of can do right now and need to do would be to just send some love to where it's needed, because I know how powerful that can be. They're pulling my hair out really bad. It's feeling it's feeling pretty bad. And something came to my attention, right? And there's been talk in the background of this. Talk in the background. And anyone who's anyone will get a real laugh out of this. Yeah, the people that I'm hearing saying it is hilarious. Like me, really. Yeah, I watched an interview with George Kavasilis, and he's talking about I don't know how he had to reconcile with being raped by some being or something like that, and something like clicked for me. And every psychic will tell you they have a thing, you know, when there's a message there, there's a thing that clicks. And yeah, he's talking about this and saying, oh, you know, he had to reconcile this. But he went into saying something about the features, like high, like gaunt face or something. You know, not a lot of hair. And yeah, it started me thinking, like, because there's been talk in the background, like these people are actually suggesting that. Anyway, I'm not going to go into this. So that made me think as well. I'm trying to think what else has happened today. Things have been a little bit different since I moved that mirror from there where the fountain was. I have to move things around all the time. I've heard them talking about that as well. Like they have to kind of go and recover things. So either they're replicating my environment or it's something to do with dark magic where they need to know where things are, or hologram thing, you know, placement of things. I don't know. But that's what I'm hearing. So I'm moving things all the time. I miss Jet. I miss Jet a lot. Yeah, that's just a sentence. That's all. Yeah, he's the most loved boy on the planet, Jet. And yeah, then to have some piece of crap pushing you and pulling you when you're feeling emotional over your son. Yeah, you know, you can imagine where I'm sitting, right? You can imagine the anger. I'm hearing